Good to have you with us on Ed Schultz News and Commentary. What is the feeling amongst members in the House? Is this some kind of a new day dawning? If you listen to a recent interview that Paul Ryan has given, the new Speaker of the House, to Fox News, you'd think it's the same old stuff. In fact, you could listen to the interview and think that he's not even Speaker of the House. He's still the political hack that he's always been. Now, I have a jaded opinion because of all of the obstruction that's taken place, because of all the partisanship that's taken place, driven by Republicans who just did not want to work with the Obama administration on any level. So I'm just out of the school of thought that things are really going to change. I hope I'm wrong. Let's go to John Garamendi, who is a great friend of mine. He's a member of the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committees from California. Congressman, good to have you with us.
Always good to be with you, Ed. Love your show. Love the way you handle things.
Well, I appreciate that, John. You've been a friend for a long time, and I know I could get straight talk out of you. Is Paul Ryan going to change now that he's Speaker of the House? I mean, isn't this a great opportunity? The guy comes out and he says he's not going to work with Obama on immigration reform because of what Obama's done in the past. But if this is a new day and a new approach, why wouldn't he try something with open arms? What's your sense of this?
Well, let's see. How does it go? A tiger doesn't change its stripes. Things of that sort. There's a lot of sayings out there. This man is what he is, and what he is a radical conservative. His budget bill, which has been put before the House 3 times now, is a total repeal of progressive policies. It ends Social Security as we know it, turns the Social Security program over to the Wall Street bankers, guts Medicare, puts Medicare back in the hands of the health insurance industry, and we know how good they are to people. And it goes on and on. Tax breaks for the wealthy, increases or for the lower income, increased tax. It goes on and on. He's not going to change his stripes. He is what he is. And underlying all of that is the schism. The Tea Party faction of the Republican Party is still in control of the speakership. 44 members of the Republican delegation refused to vote for Ryan in a secret ballot. Now, when it came to a public vote on the floor, there were only 11 that refused to vote for him. But underlying all of that is this fractured Republican Party. It didn't change, and in fact, it probably is more emboldened because they were successful in throwing Boehner out of his speakership.
So he's saying, Congressman, that he's not going to work with the president or the Democrats on immigration because of what the president has done in the past. That is political hackery if I ever heard it. That's not a new way forward. That's not a vision. And I maintain the position, Republicans, they don't want immigration reform. They want cheap labor. Your thoughts?
Well, they certainly do want cheap labor. There's no doubt about that. They're quite happy to have some 10 or 11 million immigrants in the United States that really have little protection under the law because they fear that they could be deported immediately. And so maybe they like it. But here's the thing that makes no sense to me is that he says he doesn't want to do this while President Obama is in office. And I'm going, well, wait a minute. If we were to pass a law this winter or in the spring and summer of next year, President Obama will be gone before that law is implemented. It'll be the next president that will be left to implement it. So it's just a baloney argument that makes no sense on the calendar itself. So basically what he's doing is kowtowing to that Tea Party faction of his caucus. In other words, they continue to control him, and in addition to that, he's about as far right as anybody in the Republican delegation.
There's no question about that. Congressman, the White House has released some texts, the written document of sorts of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Your thoughts on that, and where is that fight right now as we're in this 90-day window and it's probably going to be brought up after the first of the year? Where are we?
Well, I think the answer is we don't know. The text came out late last night. I certainly have not seen it. There have been no summaries of it. I do know that there's a lot to worry about. I was at a meeting earlier this morning with a fellow that's written from the Council on Foreign Relations. And basically, he said these trade agreements have been of minor growth to the American economy, and he's referring to all the trade agreements, the World Trade, WTO, NAFTA, and so forth. And he said, don't expect the TPP to create jobs in America. It'll be good for big corporations, no doubt about that. But for American jobs, he said it's minor, and for growth of the American economy, The previous trade agreements have shown little, if any, effect. If we were to pass a robust transportation bill, we would have far more growth than will ever come from the TPP. So I'm very, very concerned about this. I think it will continue to hollow out our manufacturing sector. It will send good middle-class jobs overseas to somebody that's getting paid $5 a day, and would just continue the continued deterioration of our ability to compete. And so I'm very, very concerned.
On the jobs front, that ought to be enough ammunition alone for Congress to kill it. John Garamendi, Congressman from California, great to have you with us. I appreciate your time.
Always.
You bet.
Thank you very much, Ed.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. You bet.